The Voynich Manuscript is a book written by hand that is reliably dated to the early part of the 15th century. Symbols for well-known signs of the zodiac, such as fish for Pisces, a bull for Taurus. An advanced AI system has seemingly cracked a code of a notorious Voynich manuscript, revealing secrets hidden for over 600 years. This 15th century puzzle, famous for its strange drawings and unknown script, may finally hold answers that were lost to time. When you look at the pictures, it contains drawings that make it look like alchemical or magical. Experts are stunned by clues pointing to a mysterious language and bizarre messages. Get ready to dive into a breakthrough discovery that challenges everything we thought we knew about this legendary enigma. The mystery deepens further. Undeniably a mysterious volume from the 15th century, the Voynich Manuscript has often been described as one of the most mind-boggling artifacts to survive from the late medieval era. Carbon dating results placed the vellum somewhere between 1404 and 1438, suggesting that whatever secrets it might hold were put to parchment during a pivotal time in European history. Unlike most other books of that period, which can be traced to known authors or scriptoria, the Voynich Manuscript carries no author's name, no documented origin, and no direct references we can link to other known works. It stands alone in libraries, defying every attempt to make clear sense of the script on its pages. Interest in the volume has never been limited to academics in dusty reading rooms. Over the last century, codebreakers, linguists, mystics, and even casual puzzle fans have all tried to tackle the manuscript's strange lettering and drawings. While older medieval texts often have a religious focus or are written in a recognizable language, the Voynich's text offers no direct hints about its subject matter. Specialists in cryptology have tested every known code-breaking approach they could imagine: frequency analysis, polyalphabetic ciphers, pattern recognition, and have repeatedly ended up with no conclusive interpretation. Some readers are struck by the bizarre illustrations that fill the pages. Many entries show what look like plants, but not ones generally found in standard medieval herbals. Others depict stylized star charts, swirling circular designs, or diagrams that appear to revolve around astronomical or astrological concepts. Then there's a curious section containing rows of little nude figures that seem to be bathing in intricately drawn tube-like structures. None of these images fully line up with typical medieval art styles or known symbolic systems, leaving experts uncertain about their true meaning because the text is written in an unknown script. Speculation has been rampant. Some see the manuscript as a coded herbal encyclopedia. Others label it an alchemical or magical treatise intended to keep knowledge hidden from uninitiated readers. A small faction believes it might be an elaborate hoax crafted solely to baffle gullible collectors. The repeated patterns in the lettering, however, suggest a real structure beneath its surface, perhaps so advanced or so foreign that modern readers still cannot decipher it. Amid all the debate, one major question has long hovered in the background. Could modern computer technology, specifically AI, possibly solve this mystery once and for all? The physical characteristics and quirky illustrations of the Voynich manuscript are just as fascinating as the text it contains. About 240 pages of vellum, a high-quality writing material made from animal skin, were used. Unlike cheaper paper of the time, vellum was reserved for works meant to last or hold significant value. The parchment has remained in fairly good condition, revealing crisp drawings with radiant inks and pigments that centuries have not fully dulled. On many pages, the manuscript contains large, detailed illustrations of strange plants, typically occupying the top or center of a page and surrounded by text. These plants have vaguely recognizable roots, stems, and leaves, but on closer inspection, they fail to match any known botanical species. Some appear to combine features of different plants into single composite forms. Others look so exotic that they might have sprung from a fantasy story. Researchers who have tried to identify them often end in frustration. The leaves might match a type of sage, but the flowers resemble something else entirely, making neat classification impossible. The volume's exploration of possible stars and celestial phenomena has been called the astronomical or cosmological section. Labeled circles, wavy lines, and repeated round motifs suggest either star charts, zodiac wheels, or planetary cycles. Medieval Europe had a keen interest in astrology, which was then seen as a serious academic field rather than mere superstition. Even so, none of the conventional zodiac images or Latin star designations are clearly visible in the voyage's drawings. Many circles and radial lines might indicate an attempt to chart yearly cycles or planetary orbits, but the text next to them offers no straightforward explanation. Another collection of pages shows women, often nude, interacting with what appear to be bathing tubs or interconnected vessels. Tubes snake from one tub to another, sometimes arching overhead. Some theories propose this section could represent medical treatments, medieval bathing rituals, or symbolic fertility rites. However, none of the images match a known historical text on women's health or bathing customs, sending scholars back to guesswork. What further sparks curiosity is that the script is consistently laid out across all these disparate sections. The same style of handwriting, the same glyph shapes, and the same formatting approach appear throughout. There are paragraphs, bullet-like markers, and even marginal expansions where text spills into the sides. The uniformity hints at a single scribe or a dedicated workshop pouring immense time and resources into creating something with a coherent purpose, whatever that reason may be. The manuscript's blend of herbal, astrological, and anatomical elements under a single coded system remains deeply compelling. Long before artificial intelligence became a realistic tool, people tried to decode the Voynich manuscript through more traditional means. In the early 20th century, well-known cryptographers and amateur sleuths alike studied the text for anything they could decipher. Methods similar to those used to break historical ciphers from the Elizabethan court or even from ancient Rome were applied repeatedly. Specialists counted symbol frequencies, looked for repeating words, and searched for any pattern matching known European languages. A few initial claims of success quickly fell apart under scrutiny. For instance, in the 1920s, an American scholar proposed that the manuscript was written by the 13th century philosopher and scientist Roger Bacon. He believed the text encoded advanced scientific knowledge centuries before its official discovery. Yet follow-up research found no verifiable link, and the code-breaking techniques used did not stand up to peer review. Over time, attempts like this piled up, each lighting a flicker of hope before fading. During and after the Second World War, expert codebreakers who had unveiled sophisticated military ciphers also tried their hand at the voyage. Their expertise ranged from classical ciphers to advanced polyalphabetic systems. Despite their successes on other high-stakes codes, none produced a credible translation for the manuscript. Books and articles about the Voynich manuscript soon began referring to it as that unsolvable puzzle, amplifying its mythical status. Even large-scale computational efforts in the late 20th century, done on mainframe computers and later personal computers, discovered no standard solutions. The text seemed to break normal letter frequency patterns found in languages like Latin or English, and it did not fit the structure of known Oriental languages either. Some specialists ventured guesses about synthetic or invented alphabets, while others struggled to see how such a complex system could remain entirely undocumented. Curiously, each era's researchers tended to reflect the technology of their time. Early codebreakers used substitution ciphers, Vigenère squares, and letter rearrangements. Later analysts tried more advanced statistical approaches. Still, each wave confronted the same impenetrable text, confirming that if it were a typical cipher, it was a cunning one indeed. This legacy of frustration fueled the notion that only something beyond normal manual code-breaking could unravel the voyage riddle, namely, sophisticated machine-driven analysis, or AI.